Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 6, Manufacturing Industries. In today's class, the following topics to be covered. First of all, we must introduce the topic. Then we will discuss the importance of manufacturing. Later on, we will discuss relationship of agriculture and industry, contribution of industry to national economy. Then we will know about the factors which influence the industrial location. Next, we will discuss the relationship of industry and urbanization. And today's last topic is classification of industries. Now, let's start with the first one. Dear students, what do you understand by the term manufacturing? In simple words, we can say that production of goods in large quantities is known as manufacturing. But if we talk about a technical definition, then we must say production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw material to more valuable product is known as manufacturing. For example, sugarcane is a raw material for sugar. If we need sugar, then we must do some processing on sugarcane to convert it into sugar. Same with cloth from cotton, paper from wood, iron from iron ore. Now, let's discuss the need or importance of manufacturing. Dear students, the economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. In other words, you can say manufacturing sector is considered the backbone of economic development. How? Because manufacturing industries help in modernizing the agriculture and it also reduces the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing them jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. So, we can say that manufacturing sectors eradicates the poverty and unemployment. Along with this, manufacturing industries also export of manufactured goods which helps us in bring the foreign exchange. In the world, those countries that transform their raw material into a wide variety of finished goods of higher value are prosperous now. So, I hope you will get the ideas of importance of manufacturing. Now, let's discuss the relationship of agriculture and industry. Dear students, agriculture and industry are not exclusive of each other. They move hand in hand. For example, agro industries in India have given a boost to agriculture by raising its productivity and also made the production process efficient. And vice versa, agro industries also depend on agriculture for their raw materials and to sell their products such as irrigation pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, plastic and PVC pipes, machines, tools, etc. So, we can say that agriculture and industry move hand in hand. If we talk about the contribution of manufacturing industries to the national economy, then it is 17% of the GDP, which is much lower in comparison to some East Asian economies where it is 25 to 35%. Dear students, the trend of growth rate in manufacturing over the last decade has been around 7% per annum, whereas the desired growth rate is 12%. How we can get this desired growth rate? We can get it with appropriate policy intervention by the government and the renewed efforts by the industry to improve their productivity. And to get the same objective, National Manufacturing Competitiveness Counseling has been set up. Dear students, now let's discuss the factors which influence the location of industries. Industrial location are complex in nature because it influenced by availability of certain factors. Here in this slide, I broadly divided these factors into two groups, geographical factors and non-geographical factors. Under the geographical factors, we see the availability of raw material, availability of water, and the climate. Whereas under non-geographical factors, we see the availability of electricity, cheap and skilled labor, transport and communication facilities, market, capital investment, and the suitable government policies. Dear students, it is rarely possible to find all these factors available at one place. Consequently, manufacturing activities tend to locate at the most appropriate place where all the factors of industrial location are either available or can be arranged at lower cost. Now let's discuss the relationship of industry and urbanization. Dear students, after an industrial activity starts in a town, urbanization follows. The industry provides employment to the people of the area and the population migrate from rural hinterland to seek jobs, housing and transport facilities are developed to accommodate these people. Other infrastructural development also take place and which leads to growth and development of the town into a city. Sometimes industries are located in or near the cities and cities provide market and service such as banking, insurance, transport, labor, consultants and the financial advice etc. to the industry. Thus we can say that the industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. Dear students, when many industries or companies tend to come together to make use of the advantages offered by the urban centers or cities is known as agglomeration economies. Now let's discuss the classification of industries which is done on certain basis. For example, on the basis of source of raw material, there are two types of industry, agro-based industry and mineral-based industry. Next classification is according to their main role. The industries can be basic industries or they can be consumer industries. Next classification is on the basis of capital investment. Industries can be small scale industries or large scale industries. Next classification is on the basis of ownership. Industries can be public, private, joint sector or cooperative sector industries. Next and the last classification of industry is bulk and weight of raw material and finished goods. Industries can be heavy industries and light industries. Now, dear students, let's discuss them in detail. The first one is agro-based industry. Agro-based industry are those industries which use agriculture products as their raw material. For example, cotton, jute, silk, woolen, sugar, edible oils, etc. Whereas mineral based industries are those industries which use minerals as their raw materials. For example, iron and steel industry, cement industry, aluminium industries, etc. Next classification is according to their main role. Industries can be key industries or consumer industries. If we talk about the basic or key industries, then we can say those industries which supply their products or raw material to manufacture other goods is known as basic or key industry. For example, iron and steel industry, copper smelting or aluminium smelting industries. If we talk about the consumer industries, then those industries which produce goods for direct use by consumer are known as consumer industries. For example, sugar industries, toothpaste industries, etc. Next classification is on the basis of capital investment. Industries can be small scale industries or large scale industries. If the investment is less than 1 crore, then it is known as small scale industry. For example, the industrial units of Jaggery or Khansari etc. Whereas if the investment is more than 1 crore, then it is known as large scale industry. For example, cotton textile industry. Our next classification is on the basis of ownership. Industries can be public, private, joint or cooperative sectors industries. Now let's discuss the public sector industry. Dear students, those industries which owned and operated by the government agencies known as public sector industries. For example, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limiteds or Steel Authority of India Limited etc. Whereas private sector industries owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. For example, Tisco, Reliance, Tata, Dabur Industries, etc. If we talk about the joint sectors, these industries are jointly run by the state and the individuals or a group of individuals. For example, Oil India Limited is jointly owned by public and private sector. If we talk about the cooperative sectors, cooperative sector industries are those industries which owned and operated by the producer or supplier of raw material and workers. In cooperative sectors, they pool in the resources and share the profit and losses proportionally. For example, sugar industries in Maharashtra and the coir industries in Kerala. Next classification is based on the bulk and weight of raw material and finished goods. Industries can be two types, heavy industries and light industries. Heavy industries use heavy and bulky raw material and produce heavy material. For example, iron and steel industry. Whereas light industries use light raw material and produce light goods such as electrical goods industries, electrical fan, watches, etc. Dear students, with this topic we sum up our today's class. We will meet soon in our next class with a new topic. Till then, stay happy and blessed. Do hard work.